It's time for Footy Talks, presented by North Star Bets. It's Albert Vartanian, Sarah Pararia, and Mikey Singh. As of recording this, there's still one round of 16 matchups still to go, and that's Portugal against Switzerland. But we thought this is a great time to take a look at the top scorers and mention who we think might be the Golden Boot winner come the end of the tournament. At the moment, Mbappe at the top with 5 goals. He's the leading favorite at minus money, but there's a couple guys behind him who could chase him down. One being Richarlison, Mikey, for Brazil.
Yeah, Richarlison for me is, when I look at the Golden Boot here, I look for value in terms of, where can you sprinkle your money and get the most value? That's what value means. And Richarlison at 9-1, I really like this shout. And the reason being is Brazil likely going to make a deep run in this tournament. But if you look at who they're playing in the tournament moving forward, you have a team like Croatia that, yes, are really good defensively, but I would argue are one of the weakest quarterfinalists that are remaining, right? And then after that, they have Argentina or Netherlands, and I'm still not convinced by either of those teams. So their next 2 matchups could be really enticing for Brazil to go out and net a couple goals. And when you're the number 9 for Brazil, you're likely going to score goals, right? And that's what Richarlison's been doing so far at this tournament. And he also had a nice little sit down with the GOAT there, Ronaldo.
Yeah. I love that. Rodrigo did a similar interview and touched his legs after.
Yeah, he did.
That
He's
good juju. I love that. One thing with Richarlison, too, is that he's the only number 9 of the team at the moment with Gabriel Jesus gone. So his spot, based on his form anyway, but his spot is safe, right, in that attack for Brazil.
Yeah, and it's tap-ins when you're Richarlison, right? Yeah. And he's also been scoring some really nice goals, too. But also, when you're the number 9 for Brazil, a talented team like this, especially with Neymar back, you're going to score some goals. So, I like that shout. He's only 2 goals behind, 3 goals in so far in this tournament. I think he can make up some ground here. And at 9-1, that's worth it.
Do you take a look at the path that is remaining for the player that you want to win the Golden Boot? Because next up for them is Croatia, potentially Argentina or Netherlands, and then you can't really look at the final. But the next 2 matchups, there should be goals in those matches.
That's my biggest selling point here right now when betting on a player. Yeah. I look at the team overall as opposed to the individual player. And then when you look at someone like Kylian Mbappe, for example, who is, I believe, minus 155 to win the Golden Boot. Obviously, he's 2 goals ahead right now with 5 goals, but he's playing England next. And that's not a guarantee for France to move forward and progress in this tournament. So if Brazil can make the deep run like we do expect, I think it's worth it at 9-1.
Sarah Pararia, Lionel Messi, 14-1. Can you get it done?
I think so. I think I'm taking Messi. I've stayed saying Messi to get the Golden Boot, and I'm saying it kind of like for the exact opposite reasons as Mike, because there is only one person that is going to carry this Argentine side, and that's going to be Leo Messi. If Argentina are going to go and make a run to the final, it's going to be because of Leo Messi. He has 3 goals already for them. They go against Netherlands. I agree with Mikey. I don't trust either side fully just yet, but I think Argentina have the edge because of Lionel Messi. And, of course, against Brazil. What happened the last time they played at the Maracanã? Lionel Messi. Right. So for me, it's the only reason why Argentina might be able to get to a final. And there's so much weight on his shoulders. And he's been proving to us that he's been able to score in all these matches. All different kinds of goals. He scored a penalty. He missed a penalty. He scored through 17, Mexican defenders. Yeah. He's scoring all different kinds of goals. He did the same with Australia. So he's so versatile that he's kind of that guy that will be able to do it all, and if somebody need them to do it, Argentina needs this guy to do it.
You mentioned something huge there, I think, when picking a player in this market, penalties. He's on penalties. Richarlison isn't, but he can still get his goals, whereas Messi can get his goals in so many ways, including a penalty, right? And that could happen heading into the quarterfinals. So let's look at a couple other guys I want to talk about. What about Bruno Fernandes? 2 goals. At the moment, he seems to be doing everything similar to Messi. I mean, not at that level, but he's the type of player who can play make, but also score.
Yeah, I don't see him as too much of a consistent goal-scoring threat to go out and net a hat-trick, for example, that would bring him back into this race. And also with Portugal, again, not a guarantee to move forward and progress throughout this tournament. So that's another really important factor. As much as I love Bruno Fernandes, and I do believe he'll be up for the Golden Ball, actually, at this tournament, I don't know about Golden Boot.
Olivier Giroud, he's on 3 goals at the moment. England up next. England not the easiest team to score against. They've actually been pretty good defensively. But considering he is their only number 9 for now, unless Karim Benzema comes back.
No, he's not coming back, guys.
Would you expect him to be in the race with his teammate Mbappe?
Yeah, I think so. I think Olivier Giroud is that player that we constantly overlook. But like I've said before, he shows up when he needs to show up. And I think against England, that almost seems like the perfect time. Giroud's going to score a goal. It's going to be like the 70th minute. It can be 0-0. Mbappe's going to be trying so hard, but he keeps getting shut down. And somehow Olivier Giroud will find the back of the net. I think Giroud's actually a really good shout to find some value, actually. A little sprinkle, because I think France have a good path to the final, and I honestly see them at this point as the tournament kind of progresses. It really looks to me like it's going to be France and Brazil right now, in terms of the two strongest teams. And so if you're also looking at their path and a team that's going to make it, it's not a bad option.
France has already conceded 4 goals this tournament, which is pretty high for one of the elite teams here. They have England up next. Are we dismissing a couple of these English players, and Rashford and Saka both on 3 plus 3,000 to win the Golden Boot?
Yeah, it's really tough to go with either player because they're not shoe-in to start every single match throughout the rest of this tournament, right? Marcus Rashford in particular, he came off such a brilliant performance. The next match, Southgate starts him on the bench. Saka is one of the first players to come off the field for England. So, I don't see them, getting enough goals to get themselves back in the race.
Yeah, if you guys are into expected goal stats at the moment, Lionel Messi at the top of the list, 2.8 expected goals, which for us, I'm not really big into that, but it means something, right? Especially if you're a player like Lionel Messi, has all these chances. His teammate Julian Alvarez has 2. Julian Alvarez has 2. Messi, also the playmaker. Is there potential for him to set up Alvarez for a couple?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Alvarez score 2 now, and it's been so much from Messi. I think it's great because Lautaro Martinez has proven to be an absolute waste of space.
My pick to win the Golden Boot.
I told you. But no, it's great. Alvarez really seems to be kind of the second guy for Argentina so far, and I think we could see him score maybe another one for sure.
Yeah, 9 goals scored in the last quarterfinals of the World Cup. That's about 2.25 goals per game. Make of that what you will. But Sarah's going with Messi at plus 1,400, and my man here is going with Richarlison. 9-1 to win the Golden Boot. Well, that's it for us, guys. Make sure you head over to NorthStarBets.ca for all of the World Cup markets.